Welcome back to the channel, everyone. So today I'm going to be doing another 10 games that will never leave my collection. Now, after I did the last video, I realized that there was a lot more games that I felt that were very special here in my collection that I can never see leaving because I feel that they're that good, and some of them are kind of old, and I feel that they still hold up today, and I think they're going to be holding up for a very long time. So let's take a trip around the room here, and then we're going to go over another 10 games never leaving my collection. So here we are in room number 3, and I have here Age of Steam. Excuse me, right, there we go. So Age of Steam is an older game from Martin Wallace. I believe it's from 2000, around that time, so it's over 20 years old. But this game is simply amazing. This is a pick up and deliver style game. It has some maybe 18xx elements to it, but if you're going to play an 18xx game, I always say to start off with a game like Age of Steam. Another thing I love about it is that there are a ton of maps. They just had a Kickstarter to release a bunch more maps to come out with it. And I know they have a lot of conventions out there for this game. They play a bunch of maps, a lot of handmade maps and stuff. And I know you could purchase wooden train meeples for this game, but don't expect to play them at these conventions. I hear that they are forbidden. They like the discs. That's the way it's going to stay. But Age of Steam is an amazing game. This is a 10 out of 10 game for me, and it's forever going to stay in my collection. Amazing game. Okay, next here on my list is Power Grid. So Power Grid is another 20-year-old game. I think it's from 2004. So essentially, this is a very bland looking. So you can see, this has been around for a long time. It's a very popular game. Not the best looker, but this is an amazing, amazing game. So Power Grid essentially is a auction style game as well. You're auctioning to get these different buildings, build your own little power grids along the map. There's some meanness to this game as well. Again, another game that has a bunch of maps that you can play with. I just purchased the Korea one. I heard that somebody told me that it is a very good cutthroat map. And again, a game that just keeps growing. I know there's a few versions out there. I know there's an Outpost one and a First Light one. I'm not sure how they are. If you guys have played before, please let me know. But Power Grid is a special game. It still holds up to this day. And again, it's not that difficult to play, but even though the mechanics are kind of simple, there's just so much depth to it. Still, 21 years later, game holds up. It's forever going to stay in my collection. That is Power Grid. Okay, next, in the dark, gloomy room, we have Halloween. Now, this is more of a personal preference. I also have Halloween 2, and I've been told that that is also very similar, just a different map based off the hospital from Halloween 2. Now, Halloween, to me, it's an amazing game. It's very light. It's more family weight style game. Hidden movement. Are there better hidden movement games out there? Absolutely. But I feel that even though the game is so simple, it does everything right. It feels like you're playing a Halloween game, that you feel like you're playing Michael Myers, or you're being stalked by Michael Myers. It is so much fun. And because I am a fan of those movies, it's staying in my collection forever. I did hear, though, that Trick or Treat lost the IP to it. So I don't know if they're going to get it back or not, but it might be a collector's item now. But yeah, Halloween 1 and Halloween 2, I'm putting them together because they're essentially the same game but different map. Amazing, amazing games. Highly thematic, and of course, you know, if you're a fan of Halloween, you need to have it in your collection. If you're not a fan of Halloween, I think you're going to enjoy it a lot. For me, it's forever staying in my collection. Okay, we're back in the dark room. Frank, why are all your favorite games in this dark, scary room? Well, that's because I ain't got room in this freaking basement anymore. So I made room in this little back room here. But my next game is Kabuto Sumo, Sakura Slam. Yeah, I know, that is a big surprise considering the type of gamer that I am. What just hit my fucking head. What I love about Kabuto Sumo is how simple it is to play, and for a dexterity game, it is a lot of fun. It is a game that, you know, even for non-gamers, they are going to enjoy. So Kabuto Sumo, a lot of fun. The new one, Sakura Slam, really adds more to it. Bunch of expansions out there, and it's a game that I look forward to playing with my kids when they're older, and I think they're going to enjoy a lot. So that next one is Kabuto Sumo Sakura Slam. Yeah, my head fucking hurts. Okay, my next game here, I don't see anyone talking about it. I had a big hit a few years ago on the Dice Tower. I picked it up because of the review, because of the theme, and that is Unforgiven, the Lincoln assassination trial. So this is very, very similar to Seven Wonders Duel. It's almost the same game, kinda, except this takes place during the trial for the woman that supposedly housed John Wilkes Booth, and there's a lot of controversy about it. I forgot what her name was, Mary Surratt. So she was executed, she was killed, she was found guilty, but there is some controversy behind the execution and the trial. So essentially you play either as the defendant or you're playing as the prosecutor, and has a mechanism very similar to Seven Wonders. I think this game is amazing. I think it's better than Seven Wonders Duel, but that's also because I like the theme, even though I like the ancient theme more. Seven Wonders Duel might be leaving my collection because I picked up the Lord of the Rings one, and I hear it's a better game. So, but this one is always going to stay in my collection. I love the way it looks with the book and everything. It's a nice little history behind it. And you know me as a history buff, I love stuff like this, so this is definitely staying in my collection. If you haven't played this game, go play it. I hope it's still available. I think if you go on their Green Feet Games, I think they have it on their website, but this is an amazing game you should all check out. That is Unforgiven, the Lincoln assassination trial. Okay, next one up is Hansa Teutonica. Hansa Teutonica is a Euro game, but you're essentially making paths along this map here. Still, another mean Euro game. Very rarely you see mean Euro games out there. This is the big box version. Again, there's like a few maps that are in here. I really love this game. This is an amazing, one of the best Euros out there. And again, that's because I like the meanness and take that aspect of it. Is a reason why it is still beloved today. I think it's because of that player interaction that's in it, and very competitive nature. It's not a long game at all. I think you get done about 90 minutes. But yeah, Hansa Teutonica. Love that game. It is staying in my collection. Okay, next up is another Martin Wallace game. As you could tell, Martin Wallace has made some pretty amazing games, but this one is out of print, unfortunately. I finally picked it up. I pulled the trigger. Been wanting to for a while. That is A Few Acres of Snow, and I'm so glad I did. This is an amazing two-player deck building game. One person plays as the French, and of course the other as the British. And essentially you're building settlements, attacking other players. You're utilizing the natives to also do your attack the British as well. It is a ton of fun. Some people say there's some balancing issues. This is the second edition that I think fixed some of it. I personally love this game. The person I played with thought it was okay. But again, I love deck building. I love that war game feel. Few Acres of Snow is an amazing game. Forever staying in my collection unless he makes a really nice reprint. Okay, back in my old spot. That's because I have Puerto Rico right here behind me, and that is another game that will always stay in my collection. So Puerto Rico is a very old Euro game, but it still holds up to this day, and it is very mean, and that is right up my alley. It can be a very mean game as you can mess with your opponents and the way they sell their goods. Now, they did do a reprint, and which I backed from Awakened Realms, like the same thing they did with Castles of Burgundy. I'm so looking forward to it. I just hope they keep the meanness of it. There were some things that this game needed to fix. You know what I'm talking about. I'm glad they did. But please keep the meanness of it. I'm pretty sure they did. I hope they didn't change much besides the controversial stuff we're talking about. But yeah, Puerto Rico is still an amazing game, a mean game, and one that will forever be on my collection. Again, if the new one holds up and keeps some of those mechanics, this one is going to be getting replaced with that. But if not, I'll just still keep this one. But still, Puerto Rico, amazing, mean Euro game, always staying in my collection. Okay, we're still here, same spot. I have Battleline right here. I love Battleline. So this is one of the original lane battlers. You're utilizing poker hands to take different lanes. Again, it's got the ancient theme. Are there better lane battles out there? Yes, but Battleline will forever hold a special place in my heart. This game is a lot of fun. I just like that old school look to it. I don't know, for me, I really enjoy it. And it's still a great game that holds up to this day. Of course, still in print from GMT. It will forever be in my collection. Hope you guys play this as well. Yes, there are better lane battles out there, but this is one of the OGs, and I think should always be played. That is Battleline. Okay, last but not least, an oldie and still a goodie. That is For Sale. So For Sale is another auction style game where you're trying to buy all these properties and then at the end sell them to make a profit. The game is still genius in my opinion. I love this game. It is a classic and is one I think everyone should have in their collection. A great little card game, one of the best, still holds up to this day. That is For Sale. That is going to conclude my 10 games that will never leave my collection. Hope you guys enjoyed it. That's going to do it. My head hurts. It's hot down here. Please like and subscribe. Any questions, leave them in the comment section. If we share have any crossovers, let me know. I'd love to hear it. That's going to do it for today, guys. Have a good one.